Welcome to the Metal Forge. I am Mark Jackson, your host, and tonight I'm going to be pounding out the best in Louisville metal for you guys. And if you've got a request, all you've got to do is send it to Mark at WCHQFM.com. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is Mark. It is Thursday, 7 p.m., and you're listening to the Metal Forge here on 100.9 FM WCHQ. Tonight, I have the other members of Overload here in the studio, and we're going to be playing some tunes for you, talking about our new upcoming release. I also have Kenny and Tony Marine from Kentucky Hot Brown Pedal Boards. They're going to be talking about their upcoming stuff that they're putting out. And earlier this week, we had a passing in the family here at WCHQ. I don't know if anybody's heard about it. This is dedicated to CJ and to all of his family. You know, and this is going to be pretty light for the show tonight. But this is CJ Cumberland with This Cowboy Don't Dance.
Maybe this cowboy will kiss the cow.
All right, that was Julius with Beast. Before that, Age of Annihilation from Creature of Exile. And I have, including myself, the other two members of Overload in the studio tonight.
Hello, Mark.
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Can you introduce yourselves for everybody?
I'm Mike Taylor. I play guitar.
I'm Todd Hawkins. I play drums.
You play drums.
Dums.
Ah!
Just beat them.
Yeah, definitely. It's like the band name I was telling you about earlier. One Beat Off. It's good stuff. So, how y'all doing tonight?
Fine.
Good.
Fine and good.
I just woke up. So
you've got the
third shift blues.
Yeah, that sucks.
Down there and down there. Woke up at 5 o'clock today.
I wish it was because of drinking.
Well,
yeah, that's a different story.
Yeah, we've been through that before. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into some questions with you guys because, everybody kind of knows who I am because I do the radio show. And
yeah, you are Mark Action Jackson.
Action
Figure Jackson. There you go.
Yeah, I wish I had an action figure.
Just hit up Damian Thorne. I think he's got the connection.
He does.
Oh, yeah.
I knew that was going to happen when that happened.
Yeah, it's so funny, man, because I'll go through my Facebook feed and I'll see people pose their action figures like Stone Cold giving Stunner to like Emperor Palpatine or something weird. It's like I can't tell if it's Damien doing this or like somebody else. It's like a lot of times I scroll through, I'll be like, is this professionally done or is this just one of my idiot friends?
The cool thing about it is because he always wore the leather and he actually would go home and put it on a mannequin.
I'll tell you what, though.
Life-size version of his action figure.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. So.
I'll tell you one good thing about Damien is that he supports local metal. He comes out to shows and
still does.
And you know what? That's something that a lot of people. I was getting into a conversation last night with one of my coworkers. Donnie Hardin's brother.
Oh yeah.
I work with him. And we were talking about, he's like, man, people don't go out anymore. They just want to stay home on the computer and stuff. And it's like, man, I go out and smoke cigars with my buddies. We need to be, he said, talking about the scene and stuff.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know what the scene is anymore. I was like, man, it's probably what you expect. It's like people who are really into one or two bands will show up for one or two bands.
And that's it.
And,
right. That's one of the things as being a promoter of like actual shows that I run into constantly is I'm not going to book your band because you don't draw. Well, you've got to book bands for people to show up.
And I tell you what, running sound at the Tiger Room, I'm exposed to a lot of young and up and coming acts. I'm exposed to next door too. I've seen that grin on your face. But
that's cheap heat.
And I can, if somebody's on and they're really good, it's like, hey, that was a good job.
Right.
It's like, it's like you still have that drive to get the name out of, somebody who, an act that, puts on a good show and not, just kind of there or people there to party or whatever. It's
somebody actually coming out to the show.
Yeah.
And one of the people that I'm going to be playing later in the broadcast tonight, Zach Shrout.
Yeah. Zach came out the other night.
Right. He comes out and supports shows as much as he can. He got accepted to med school. That's pretty cool. So time there is going to be.
I'm glad he's got all that electronic stuff that he does. That's been out there for a while.
Now he's finally moved back to Indiana and he's releasing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey, do what you can out in L.A. But I'll tell you, one of the bands that fits into that category of just showing up, playing, kicking names and taking whatever is Todd's old band, The Darkening. They were. I enjoyed watching them when they
absolutely
when they
Darkening
played.
Was awesome.
Yeah, Oscar and all them.
Yeah, it was fun. They're good people.
Yeah,
that's all I can say. Life happens, and then bands break up.
Right. And bands break up every day, and but it's the time that you spent in that band. I mean, if it was a positive, then it's all good.
Oh, all positive.
Yeah.
All positive.
Yeah. And I'm sure you would, if everything was different, you'd probably still be playing with those guys. And Probably still not playing with Overload.
Yeah. No. I like to stay busy.
Yeah, sorry I had to recruit you, Todd.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. Recruited him from another band that was kind of like...
Yeah. We were talking about the ancestral nature of Louisville music and how everybody...
last night at practice.
That was pretty fun.
You know, like Donnie Hardin, who he played with.
Rampant and all them. Point of Anger? Is he in Point of Anger?
Is he in 1080?
1080, yeah, with the...
Yeah, all of these people who have been, in all of these bands. Yeah. And it's interesting because,
it's like the Venn diagram. It'd be like just one black hole of...
Right. Right, going with former members of this band that before you came in. Yeah, you've recorded us, but you didn't play with them, but by proxy have because
it's easy to learn the material when you got
sound engineer.
Yeah, when you got to go over and over again, and be like, do it again,
do it again,
do it again.
Do it again. I remember one specific time recording.
You got a better take in you, Mark. Come on, you can do it.
Yeah, right.
I have to play cheerleader and psychoanalysis.
The reason I like recording with you, and I do it when nobody else is around, because it's like, if nobody else is around, it's like, I nailed that in a couple of takes. And
I will attest to that comment.
And Mike's like, are you sure?
Are you sure?
Mark, come on. I think you could do it better.
Yeah, don't make me have to solo the track and have you listen to yourself. That is the work. I know everybody does. If you're super serious about your craft and you're super critical of yourself, then it's like, I can hear my nasaliness in the headphones. It's like, man, I hate my voice.
Yeah, we all do.
It's whatever.
Yeah. Talk to tell what you were saying, Mike. With all these bands that come in, they work really hard. They'll bring in all their gear. They don't have a road crew or nobody helping them out. And then they'll even have their own lights, set everything up, tear it down at the end of the night. And that's what a lot of people don't realize is, in order to do it, it's a lot of work.
Absolutely.
It's more work than your job, honestly.
Right, because you're lifting all the heavy equipment. Well, not us anymore.
Well, yeah, everybody's going direct. They're getting smarter. It's like, everything's direct now.
Right.
And but it's good to have venues like the Tiger Room that have professional gear there and the capability to have that sort of thing. It's like, man, some people are like, I don't bring my cab here because I know I can go direct, and
and it's great good. Because even the pros are direct and have been for years.
Yeah.
Not everybody's running 3 different heads. And
I was talking about ZZ Top the other day. I was like, all those cabinets on stage, those are dummies. It was like Billy Gibbons goes direct. They both go direct.
Right.
It's like,
and they're like, no.
It's like, it's like he hollows out all of his guitars so they weigh 2 pounds.
Right.
Yeah, as well as those cabinets that you see.
Yeah. Like, what's the Kiss meme where they're sitting there showing, they're like playing on stage, and there's it's like shot from the other side.
Yeah, there's no speakers.
There's no speakers in the Marshalls,
and
it's like, my life is a lie.
Yeah, dude, that happened a long time. My dad, this is funny because my dad, when they had a stage show or whatever, they took cardboard stuff, and my mom took an old Marshall logo and reversed it and put it on these cardboard things, and for their show or whatever, they had and they sit in the basement and stuff. And so I was like, that whole Marshall stack is you get that visual without the weight.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Now,
and that was when equipment was heavy and big back then in the 70s and 80s.
There's a Sun amp over at Maxwell's House of Music in Jeffersonville, and it was something like the Doors apparently left behind when they played a gig in town years like in 1968 or something. Mm-hmm. And just even looking at it, you can say that, geez, that thing is heavy, and it's just like, oh, and because it was the amp for
the keyboard for Ray.
Yeah,
I miss Ray.
Yeah,
miss Ray is the band.
Honestly, and I always love that. He's like, and see, this is my left hand, and it is the bass player.
Yeah,
and he's doing it.
Well, that's the thing too with all that is that it's not all about the music; it's about the show, and all that stuff is part of the show.
I've said that for years, that it has to be about a stage show because you have the material, you have to have the visual with it.
Yeah.
You know,
We don't have the stage show. We're just the band. We don't have that.
us as
us as band. Overload doesn't have that. We're
not
just,
anymore.
Yeah.
We used to have a stage show.
Dude, getting old is
yeah, you lose the desire. And you're like, I just want to go out and play.
That's why all these young bands tour, because they have like hopes and dreams that aren't crushed yet.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, kids, if you're listening right now, now's the time.
Now,
Go for it.
If any young person is listening, absolutely
Trade your 20s for your 80s.
Yeah, absolutely.
As Jason Kerner and Bobby Hamilton would say, I traded my 20s for my 80s.
Well, yeah, and I can believe that with Jason.
Yeah, and Bobby too. Bobby, love you. Jason, love you.
Yep.
Get healthy.
Yeah.
Stay healthy.
Get
Keep
healthy.
your body in
Stay
shape,
healthy.
man. Just the wear and tear on my body, man. It's crazy. Just
right.
Well,
that's what happens when you're like 50.
I ain't fit.
No.
That's what happens when you work hard.
Yeah.
For a long.
Yeah,
Right.
you got to, when they say work smarter, not harder, you have to. Whether
Yeah.
it makes you look like a jerk in the process, it's like, hey, take care of number one.
You have to, and that's the thing about getting older.
And that has to be in the back of your mind, too.
Absolutely. So, let me get into some questions here. It's about 7:22. We got time. We got plenty of time here.
I don't know how this format goes.
It's just whatever.
Okay.
But it's just talk. It's all talk.
Talk until you got to pee.
Do you listen to yourself musically? Overload, Surviving Thalia, Darkening. Do you just sit there and do you pop in like the Occupation of DC just to listen to it?
Well, recording all the bands, like, I've been through that process before where it's like, I have the ability to, compartmentalize different things. So it's like I'm listening to the mix. I'm not listening to me play per se, which is hard for people to understand.
Well, aside from what I guess what I mean is aside from
do I enjoy
the
listening to the music or
do you just sit there and you take away the work ethic of it and listen to it as a listener, as a fan?
It's super hard to do. Like I was, man, just last night I had a really good conversation with Rob Harden last night. Like I was telling him about like how being a sound engineer, like just listening to, like, I have to listen to a fan like to go to bed, but even like after a show your brain is in this different zone where it's listening for stuff to be wrong, and so like the fan will sound musical to me, and my brain will try to pick out what song it's playing or what note it is, and
just trying to pick out the white noise.
Yeah, exactly, and it's hard to go to sleep.
Absolutely, and I can only imagine with you being exposed to it sometimes up to 6-7 nights a week, just depending on the way the shows go.
Yeah.
12 shows a month or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
recording bands too. Like ear fatigue is a real thing.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
And
that's why they say anything past like 6 hours of recording is futile.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, unless you're doing like keyboard work or something where it's like, you just got to
just heavy distorted guitars or
it's stuff
the damage. What about you, Todd? Do you listen to anything that you do musically? Or because you're a sound
old videos
engineer as well.
Yeah, Todd covers for me at the Tiger Room.
Yeah, not really. Occasionally I will, just because I want to hear something that I did. Kind of like reliving a memory, basically.
Right, or you'll listen to the parody songs that you write and record.
Yeah, for laughs.
Yeah,
there's a lot of those.
Yes, there is.
And that's where it comes into, being too serious about something versus enjoying what you're doing. If you're too serious, it's going to be stressful. But if you're trying to enjoy what you're doing,
yeah, absolutely.
And that's why, like most, a lot of people will, joke around, maybe make a goofy song or do this or do that, or just branch out, do something else than what they're used to doing.
Right.
I think
I've worked on a few of those of yours.
The balance, balance it out. Yeah.
the Brian Johnson vocals that I can muster up when I need to.
Yeah. But like that's the thing too. Like I listen to a band that I like and hear the recording, and I can't listen to it because, like Mike was saying, knowing
you're listening to what you put down and mixed as opposed to the actual quality of the music.
Yeah, and even then it's. Oh man, those guitars are too loud and they got too much mid range. I don't want to hear that. It actually bothers me. It hurts my ears, honestly.
Right.
So,
Scoop
And
mids.
how
Todd's
do you-
all about scoop mids.
And how do you play in this atrocious band? No.
because I like the people I play with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if it was 1980s, we would hate each other and
No, we'd all be in a not Kiss cover band.
Oh.
No, it wouldn't be that.
Halloween every day.
We would troll the audience and play Love Gun like 5 times in a row to open up for something else.
Right.
We would have people throw stuff at us. I think
that's funny.
I think it'd be fun.
That's great
Mike
stuff.
Patton's band. I don't know if it was his band or some band that opened for him. They played Black Sabbath. Like the same song. I don't know if it was Paranoid or what, but they played it like 5 times in a row.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah, it was at the brewery or Phoenix Hill or something. Like they were making people boo, make them boo
Oh
to
my
get on.
gosh.
It's like I've heard about different comics taking other comics on the road with them to warm them up, but they won't take good comics, so make their set look that
Even
much
better,
better.
yeah.
Yeah, kids, everybody. You don't have to be the best.
Yeah, you just have to be there.
Yeah,
you
you
have to
just
be
have to be
available.
there
A
and
lot of times,
Right.
I'd say maybe 40% of the time, it's availability.
Right.
And it's not just about. They say it's not what you know, it's who you know. Well, availability
Is part of who you know.
Is part of who you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So this is kind of a two-part here. What was the first concert you ever went to? Both national artist, like big headlining touring artist, and local.
All right. The first concert I went to, there was a national artist, was Pantera at the Louisville Gardens.
When was that?
I don't even know. It was a long time.
Well,
opened for 'em?
obviously, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, because there's the classic show that everybody talks about is the Pantera White Zombie.
Yeah, and there's Morbid
Right.
Angel was there.
And then there's another show when they came back on the 101 Proof tour with Sebastian Bach and
Right.
Anthrax. I went to that one.
Right on.
Yeah.
But I just remember Louisville Gardens, not facing the stage, but facing the wall behind it, on the other side.
Yeah.
And it sounded like the band was playing in front of me because it was bouncing all off the concrete wall
So
there.
you're like you're facing the wall. Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just walked around.
Right.
But, I was walking around. There was a mosh pit. This big guy was, looking at me like he was ready to attack me. And I was like, nope, not me. I'm not a mosher.
nope, not at all.
Not going to do that.
And when was the first local show you went to?
I think I actually played it.
Oh, nice, even better.
Yeah.
So,
Right on. Anybody of note on the show other than Assisting Sorrow would have been playing? Is that correct?
there's a band I played in. I played guitar
Oh.
about 4 years, I guess.
I played Assistant Star for 1 month. Yeah.
I did not. I think Terry said he played in Assisting Sorrow at one time too.
Really?
Yeah.
But Harper
Sandlin.
for drums? Oh, Sandlin?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think he was a
That's-
vocalist at one point.
The band we opened up for was Sin. It was Terry Harper's band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good old Terry.
Hey, gotta love the man.
Absolutely.
The myth, the legend.
Hey, availability is key.
That's right.
And if Terry's out there listening, we're available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're available to a degree. Let's just say that.
Yeah. I'm trying not to play on shows that I'm running sound on.
Right. And I don't think that's fair to you, actually. That's
yeah.
the only reason I don't say, hey, man, why don't you get us on this show?
Yeah.
Because you're pulling double duty at that point.
Yeah,
Sometimes
and
triple.
a lot of times it had to do with availability. It's like
Right.
an artist pulled out, or
Yeah.
something like that. It's
That's
like
the reason we played the Surviving Thalia.
reunion. Yeah, that was fun.
It was, yeah. You were running sound, playing in 2 bands.
Yeah, at least we got a sound check the night before to save the scene. That's one good thing about digital consoles is that they'll save your scene and
Absolutely.
and at least what you like. It's coming back at you.
So what about you, Mike? What was the first concert national artist and local?
Well, my dad played like local bars for all growing up, so
Right.
I was exposed to like bar life really young, like in the 80s. So like his shows at like VFWs or some stuff where like okay the kids area can be back here. That's
Right.
a bunch of that stuff.
When that could be done.
When that could I'm sure the laws were very laxed back in the Reagan era and
right.
yeah. But like aside from going to dad shows and setting up gear for him and stuff, locally would probably what comes to mind is probably shows that I played in, like high school stuff.
Yeah.
With Jason and Tim.
Carl
and
Casper.
Carl Casper Auto Show. Actually, Actually, it was me and Donnie Disler and Jason Kerner. Well, I think our first, maybe not our first show, but one that sticks out is the Fairdale Fair. We got put on that somehow. Like, we were wheeling and dealing. Like, we were, like, it's funny, like, how it transcends generations, where it's like one high school will have one band. And then everybody at that high school will be like, hey, that's something to do. We'll go watch that band. And then it's like there's a J-Town band, there's a Seneca band, there's a Moore band.
And then you had the one offshoot band like Sealing of the Tribes in Borden.
Yeah.
Or Countermeasure.
Yeah, Countermeasure, yeah.
Right.
Or, yeah, a lot of times it's like, in the more rural areas of Kentucky, it'll be like the county, the
county band.
The county band, yeah.
Yeah, and that's like what he's saying. It's more of a social thing.
Right,
than a music or a show, and that's why today most shows don't draw people, because their social thing is
Facebook,
is on
Netflix.
their phone
or online watching us. Hi.
Hey, come to a show.
Am I even hearing
anybody's
the shot?
show?
I can't even all right, I'm hearing the shot. Yeah,
you're in the shot. Everybody.
I'm not even worried about what I look like. I got a hat that says "Work whenever, fish forever."
Yeah.
Hey.
I didn't catch a damn thing last week fishing, and I'm kind of mad about that still.
That's usually how it goes.
I know.
Yeah.
It was like 90 degrees outside, so yeah, fun stuff. Yeah. So, in the first national show, you never?
I don't know. It's probably ZZ Top and Jackal. That was probably like
Jackal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know.
No, they were good.
That was.
Still are.
I want to say that was.
Still.
Yeah, they still. Yeah, we were going to have them out at the Tire Room, but they ended up playing somewhere else.
We actually had the chance to play with them at Phoenix Hill a couple of years ago when it was still open.
Yeah,
but they ended up getting Van Walen to open for them, which is
all I can think of is Squidbillies and
yeah. Well, Les Deal is his dad's Mick Mars, so yeah, and they fit better with Jackal than Overload would have.
Yeah, and from what I hear, Mick Mars' son does a bunch of custom guitar work.
Absolutely,
he really good.
On Facebook.
It's funny. Chris Hillerick was he said because he's got a Fender 140 head, and it's like that's what Mick used on one of the albums, and he's like, I want that head. Is he going to sell it to me? Can he sell it to me? I'll buy it from him. He's like, no. It's funny, like, because he always talked about selling it and stuff, or or selling it to Troy Knoll or something like that. And it's like, it's funny, like, you don't want something unless somebody else wants it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like gear wise, it's like, I need to sell this. It's like,
I just wish I had some of the gear I used to have.
Yeah,
back.
regrets selling stuff. Oh, I need money. Let me go pawn this, or let me go take it to the music store and sell it. No. Hey, that's another thing. Everybody out there, if you're planning on selling any of your gear, don't.
Keep it.
Keep it.
Unless it's a cabinet. Then you
can find decent cabinets all day long.
Just check them out first. Make sure they work. Make sure the inputs work.
Yeah, don't be stupid about stuff like that. So for me, local show, the first actual legit local show I went to was Victim at Pandemonium, and it was like 1996.
Pandemonium was open back then?
Yeah. It wasn't open for much longer, but it was.
I want to say one of my bands in Idol played there like in 2000.
Yeah, it was open then.
So I know, I'm trying to think who was on that bill. It's probably like, not Revenants or something. Hey, Gabby, hey, Jason. Yeah, that's... If we want to do the whole venue walk of of history,
where
we can. Yeah. I'm sure you're going to bore the audience.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to play I want to play a song, and then I'm going to play the concert view. This one goes out to Todd.
Well, hey, thank you.
Oh, if I can get it, drag
and drop, copy and paste. Do what you got to do.
That's what I'm trying to do. This song is Time, and this is Darkening here on 100.9 FM WCHQ.
gifted songwriter and awesome guitarist like Matt O'Ree, and your fans include Bruce Springsteen and Steve Cropper, and when those guys volunteer to play on your next record, and you're named Guitar Center King of the Blues by B.B. King,
I'm not a superstitious man, no.
Well, you've got something good going on.
But these shoes ain't got a curse on them, yo.
Matt O'Ree and his band are coming to Mojo's Boneyard in Evansville on Friday, May 31st, along with the amazing Soul Crackers.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Matt O'Ree and his band will take you on a ride the likes of which haven't been seen since the 70s. Tickets for the Matt O'Ree Band are on sale now. $10 in advance in person at Mojo's or by phone at 812-475-8593. Don't miss the Matt O'Ree Band coming to Mojo's Boneyard along with the amazing Soul Crackers on Friday, May 31st at 8 p.m. Mojo's Boneyard, 4920 Belmead Avenue, Evansville, Indiana.
It's 76 degrees.
It's 7:42.
Time for the WCHQ Concert View, a service of WCHQ 100.9 FM and Leo Weekly, Louisville's eccentric observer since 1990. Pick up your free copy at any of Leo's 500 distribution points to read smart and irreverent news, commentary, music, and arts coverage. A new issue is out every Wednesday, and daily online exclusive content is available every day at leoweekly.com.
All right, this is your WCHQ Concert View for Thursday, May 30th. I'm Ed. Let's take a look at what's shaking and baking in the Louisville area this evening. All right, starting up here in St. Matthews, Jossie Lauren is performing tonight over at Gersel's Place starting at 8 o'clock. Caressa KJ is at Mr. G's in Middletown starting tonight at 9 o'clock. Smash Ellie is over at Tulane. Holly Overton, Toy Zan, and Danica Ransom at the Careless Lounge. That starts tonight at 7 o'clock. Zach Outman is at On the Rock starting tonight at 6 o'clock. George Stearman is at Merle's Whiskey Kitchen starting tonight at 8 o'clock. William Russell Wallace is at the Mag Bar starting tonight at 8 o'clock. Kevin Jaggers is at Kingfish on the River in Louisville starting tonight at 6 o'clock. At the Kaiju, North by North is in concert with the Wasso, the Cordial Sins, and the Darlington Pears, and that starts tonight at 8 o'clock. Nate Tumas is at Goodwood Brewing starting tonight at 8 o'clock. Rob Maupin Jr. is at Senior Iguana's Mexican Restaurant in Outer Loop starting tonight at 6 o'clock. The Quinney Brothers are at the Blind Squirrel in J-Town starting this evening at 6 o'clock. The Blues and the Grays are at Stevie Ray's Blues Bar, and that kicks off tonight starting at 8 o'clock. Along with that is the Thursday Night Throwdown kicking off at 8:30. Doug Pinson is live at New View Bar and Grill starting tonight at 7 o'clock. Jack and Lindsay are at the Thirsty Hound, and that kicks off tonight at 8 o'clock. Joe Robinson is live with Josh Farrell over at the Derby City Pizza Company in PRP, and that starts tonight at 6 o'clock. Cosmic is at Jimmy Can't Dance, and that starts tonight at 9 o'clock. Laffy and Chili are at the Highlands Tap Room starting late tonight at 10 o'clock. The Louisville Hot Club are at the Heller High Water Bar, and that kicks off tonight starting at 8 o'clock. Haley Mae Campbell is at Captain's Quarters Riverside Grill in Prospect starting tonight at 7 o'clock. Voodoo Fuel is at the Knock Bar starting tonight at 7 o'clock. Kate Howard is live at Molly Malone's in St. Matthews starting tonight at 8 o'clock. And finally, the big event of the night, India Ari is at the Louisville Palace Theater on the Worthy Tour, and that starts tonight at 8 o'clock.
This has been your WCHQ Concert View. If you've got a gig you'd like to let us know about, head over to WCHQFM.com and hit the icon at the top of the screen that says List Your Gig.
That's right. Go ahead over to the Concert View on WCHQFM.com. Hey.
List your gig.
And list your gig with Ed. And he will get you on and get you on the Concert View. We are Overload. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for everybody for coming and playing tonight.
You're welcome. I got out of bed for this.
Absolutely. This first song is called Nothing to Lose, and it is on the Blood for Blood album.
Everything's fine to you. There's no compromise.
your thrills. 4 horsemen to the apocalypse. Now you've lost the will. Can't win. No, you can't. You can't lose. No, you won't. Crash course. Hit head on. So I refuse. Rubber.
That song is called Distressing Minute Frayed Threads. It is on the Pantheon album. Came out in like 2013, 12, something like that.
I don't know, man. I don't keep track.
I know. You recorded them all, so anyways. We're going to play a couple of new songs tonight. A song called Defy. This is going to be off our newest EP/album, because we're going to include the last EP on there as well, which was Unvanquished. And the new one is going to be called Tales from Twin Earth. I've been leaving little spoilers on the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/official overload for all your overload needs.
Official overload needs. What about my unofficial overload needs?
You can get them there too.
She makes me feel so high. Crash course, no remorse. Step into the noose you tie. Blood spills, pay the price. Pay for nothing's fair. Ground cracks, sky turns black. Tied up as you choke for air. Grovel and you crawl. Light spark into the dark. Drink the wounds with alcohol. Lies speak to me. Shut your mouth, I'll face. Never possessed, blessed by death. Never saw your fall from grace. All right, give us just a second. We're going to do this whole
the tuning song.
Woo! Thank you all for tuning in. It has been the Metal Forge with WCHQ FM 100.9, and this has been Overload. We're going to do one more for you, and then I'm going to come back and towel myself off because I'm sweating like a madman in here.
These are incandescent lights.
Yeah, I don't think they're LED, Ed.
Yeah.
Note to self: don't book this again. I forgot how hot lights were. I haven't played on stage in a long time.
Yeah, no, it's really funny because like LEDs like don't emit any heat, but yet like on the stage, your body's used to sweating and heat coming from the lights. It's like, man, those lights are hot. It's like,
no, they're not.
I can put my hand on them. It's funny.
You could like grab it. Yeah,
Technology.
yeah. So this song is going to be on the new album EP thing as well. This song is called Usurper.
All that force and greed cannot see the forest while you're standing in the trees. Victims to the ground, reaping what you sow. Everything you take, consumed by battle cries. They will hunt you on and on until the day you die. Before we head out, I want everybody to stick around, listen to the rest of the show, because we have Kenny and Tony Marine in the green room. They're going to be talking about Kentucky Hot Brown pedal boards and products. And Mike, do you have anything to say to anybody out in Radio Land?
I love my wife, Amanda. Thank you.
Thanks for putting up with us, practicing and coming to record for like the last 10 years, Amanda.
And cats.
And meow. And what about you, Todd? Todd.
I love everybody.
Thank you all. I will be back in just a few minutes.
You're listening to WCHQLP, Louisville, Kentucky, 100.9 FM. All local, all community, all the time.
It's 77 degrees.
It's 8:02.
WCHQ 100.9, local radio to open up your mind.
witch. You're an angel witch. You're an angel witch. You're an angel witch.
That was Clown Car with System of a Clown. Before that, we had the amazing cover of Angel Witch by Blood Curse and Translucent Dreams by New Bravado. Love that tune. They're like a really Sabbathy. Oh, my alarm's going off telling me to go to bed. Whoa. I should have put my phone on silent there, but that's the professional in me. Well, anyways, I am in the studio here with Kenny and Tony Marine from Kentucky Hot Brown Pedal Boards / Products. I know y'all do multiple things now.
Yes, we do.
So, how are you all today?
All right. I heard of course, the song you just played. That was awesome. I haven't heard that, really heard that in a while. That was like one of the best things that I've been a part of musically. So that was kind of awesome to hear that.
It's good stuff, and you have great album titles.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. The Dong of Time.
Yeah, and Dark Side of the Poon.
Dark Side of the Poon. And we were coming up with another one, but I forget what we were talking about. But it was just as crazy as that. I mean, it was just out there. I mean, who knows? There might be a clown. Fart-shaped box. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yes.
So that was going to be the next album, Fart-shaped box.
Nice.
And I'm not saying it's not going to happen. And I'm not going to say
it could feasibly happen at any time.
It could. I mean, the other stuff that I do, like on my Skippy the Machine, the album I did, the online album was like Trailer Park Disco. So I mean, that was.
So tell me more about Skippy and the Machine.
Skippy the Machine is, well, my nickname is Skippy, and I've gone by Skippy forever. And Derek, who was in Clown Car with me, is the person who gave me that nickname. And it was because I did ghost beats when I played drums. And he says, "Why are you skipping around for, Skippy?" So and it just kind of stuck. And Dan Cannon, who was the guitar player, started calling me Skippy. And then they would introduce me as Skippy the Machine Marine. Or just Skippy, and then it just stuck. And then when I started doing my instrumental music, my electronica type stuff, it's like electronica, just electronic music, instrumental. There's no vocals; it's all instrumental.
Nice.
And
we do play stuff like that on the station.
Yeah,
so.
I've sent it all in to Matt. So Matt Jags has got it.
Oh yeah.
So I sent it in to him. So hopefully he'll be playing some soon. But it's all instrumental. I've been doing that, for 15, 20 years probably.
Oh, wow.
I started off with like, the Acid Pro software or whatever. Acid Pro 4 is where I started, And,
that was a cool Edit Pro.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I started from there doing all that kind of stuff and loops and things. Then I started making my own loops. And of course, with technology having its big jump, that's...
Absolutely.
I started doing a lot of stuff. And the majority of what I do now is in GarageBand.
Okay. And a lot of people are doing that these days. A lot of people are using it, it's a big thing, you get GarageBand and you got it for your like iPad and stuff like that. And
it's really cool and versatile because you can move from one thing to another. So if I want to move over to like where my drum kit's set up, because I have my drum kit set up out in my office and for the business. So I was like, that's my happy place. All my Star Wars stuff is out there. I have like stand-up video games. It's like I just
like arcade games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, it's all changed then.
Yeah. So you have to come over and check it out. We actually have a real office, office building now. Instead
of instead of just being in the garage.
It sits right next to our building.
Yeah,
where our
it's
shop
a 10
is.
by 16 building.
Oh wow! Awesome.
Yeah.
Like your he shed and she shed.
It's my he shed. It's my he shed. Not man cave, he shed.
There you go. That's awesome.
Not technically he shed because I hang out in there too.
It's a he she shed.
Yeah, okay. Dual purposes.
Yeah, and you mentioned his name as the guitar player, so I do want to give him a shout out. Is Dan Cannon?
Yes,
I love Dan. I've known Dan years and years and years. I was a rock school kid.
Oh yeah,
so, years ago, and he was my coach.
Yeah,
we were like 16, 17, and we had like a 13-year-old drummer that like went on to play for like All Shall Perish or something. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, Dan is a very talented musician, very passionate person.
Very passionate person.
Yes, I mean, you can tell by what he does for a living and what he continues to do for Louisville and America in general.
Absolutely. He's actually my district senate. Well, he would have been my district congressman had he won the election.
I think he will eventually get there.
I hope so.
I really
because
do.
I know he had my vote, because I've known him for years.
Well, I told him, I said, if I lived in Indiana, I'd have voted for you.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of us would that know him because he's
a good dude.
He is. He's a very good dude.
I've known Dan for, over 20 years.
Right. I've known him about 20. So
I mean,
I knew him when he had hair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he is our son Kenneth, my son Kenneth's 21. So if that tells you.
Oh wow.
He's my son Kenneth's godfather.
Oh wow. So you've known him a while.
A long time. Yeah.
A little bit longer than me, but still. So tell me about Kentucky Hot Brown Pedal Boards.
Well, I mean, we started off in 2013 doing what basically basically making pedal boards, and I'll just tell you right now, honestly, when we first started making them, I look at them now and I go, God, those were awful. Because like when you first start off, you make them and they're good quality, but like you learn a lot of things along the way from 2013 to now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much stuff that I've learned to do better.
Advancements in techniques, tools.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest thing. Getting sued by other, trying to get sued by other companies.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had a big dog come after us. Like we were
2014.
Yeah, we just started, and
I will just say their initials are PT.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
And they make pedal boards out of metal.
And they were suing you for making pedal boards out of wood
for patent infringement.
What? Really?
Yeah.
But because did they look too similar?
They were of a slatted design, and basically that was the similarity, and that's kind of where it ended. It was like
I don't think you can sue over an angle.
Well, you would be surprised.
Really?
I mean, it was.
They've tried.
They've tried. We just agreed to disagree, and I agreed to change my design. And honestly, I'm glad I did because actually, they were kind of helped me in my process of evolving.
Right.
To where I am now, the way the pedal boards look now. Because when I first started, they were slatted. Because I was like, was there any other way to really build these? Well, it forced me to go, okay, now I got to figure out a way to build these.
An alternative, yeah.
And it happened early, which was really cool because if it had happened when I really got going, that could have really messed things up.
I think it's really cool because since they made us alter our models, we've sold a whole heck of a lot of them, and we've got a lot of their old business.
Customers.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Hey, and that's awesome.
I've been told directly by several of our customers that I'm going from theirs to yours. And,
nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with that, and for a long time, and I can understand where they're coming from too, because they have a patented design. It's something that they came up with, and it's something that they held close to their, just like me. If I came up with something that I patented it, I would like, hey, this little whippersnapper here, I don't want him doing.
Yeah, you don't want nobody stealing your design. But a lot of people don't, in that realm of business, a lot of people don't check a lot of that first.
Well, the bad thing is, you can't go internationally. So, like, there are so many Chinese companies, ripping them off, like, really bad.
Right. Yeah.
It's Wish.com.
If you go to Wish.com.
$7.95.
Wish.com. eBay. If you look on there and you look at any of, like, these companies that are in Japan, you look, or not Japan, I'm sorry, but in China, and some of them actually are in Japan. You see them and you're just like, oh my God, it's like this exact same pedal board as they're making here in America. But there's nothing they can do because they don't have the international.
Yeah, there's no international.
They don't have the national patent because that's a whole other ball of wax,
Right.
I did have a guy I was kind of helping out for a while, and giving him advice and things like that. And he had another company, and I'm trying to remember the name of his company.
I don't remember the name of the company, but I remember he was in Georgia. And the first thing that I saw was that he had something out on Reverb that looked very similar to our design.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, hey, this guy is totally ripping you off.
And, and at first I was like, and it's, he's trying to get his, feet on the ground and figure out what he's doing. He's wanting to do his own thing. I understand that. But then it started getting way too close to and then I kind of said, hey, man, and
back off.
Yeah. And then finally, I just, I didn't mean to, but I did, I guess. I went out there and I just basically told people, like, hey, this is not cool. This is not, somebody is trying to be us, but they're not.
Right.
We've built up a good following and everything. And this person, he's making pedal boards and they look good. But if you set his down next to mine, you would go, those look really similar. And that's kind of some stuff I had to deal with, and now it's kind of behind me. It's like one of those things where it's like, we have the business, we continue to get the business,
absolutely.
And it's not. And the thing about it is too, there's an attitude that comes along with building pedal boards and doing what we do. It's not just you going out and just building some pedal boards and selling them. It's like I am the spokesperson for the company. So if you see videos 9.5 times out of 10, I'm the one in the video.
Right.
I'm doing
I don't
the
like the
commercials.
camera.
Yeah, she doesn't like to be on the camera, so I'm doing the commercials. The attitude of the company is the attitude of the owners. I mean, it's like
and you're awesome people.
Yeah,
so that's a great deal.
Appreciate that.
And I'm being serious with that because
it's
we
tough,
go back
man. And I'm a musician, and that's part of the thing that comes across too is like we're real musicians,
right?
Like she.
Not me.
Well, you play a little bit, but not as much as I do. But I'm
the artist.
I mean, I'm a real musician that's played in local scene, regional scene, and I understand what it's like to be a musician and be broke, and like you're really trying to get some cool gear, but you can't afford it.
Right.
It's like, and when you do that, you're just like, I need to have something that I can afford. So that's where the affordability.
That's our whole goal.
Yeah, it's to make things affordable, functional, and really cool. Yeah, it's like
absolutely.
That's,
And you do have some samples with you today.
Yes, I do.
So I can actually show these on the monitor up here.
Oh, yeah.
On the Facebook Live feed. And again,
we're Facebook Live-in.
Yeah.
Cool.
We got video. We got audio.
Oh, you're high tech.
We're all over it. We are all over it.
Do you need that one over there?
Yeah, I'll check it out.
This is a really weird board because I've only been able to make 2 of those because that is a spotted oak. There was something going on with the oak the piece that I bought that it was actually had some kind of, I don't know if it was like a bacteria or something that got into the wood.
Right.
I have a fungus among us.
A fungus in there, but it actually got to where it's spotted.
Wow, that shows up really awesome on the camera, actually.
Like it spotted up really cool, and I've only made 2 of those because I only had one piece of wood like that, and I found it by total accident. I mean, it was one of those things where I just pulled it out and it was like, wow, this is a really wild looking piece of oak, and I just bought it, and it was like a 6-foot board.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I bought it, and I was like, this is really cool. And I have that one actually up on my site right now, and I think it's $76 is what I got on it because it is a really weird.
Right, and it's awesome.
There's only been 2 of them.
That's one of the things I love absolutely is like I want to get a shop of some type. I've been wanting to get into blacksmithing. I've been wanting to get into of course I want to get into blacksmithing. This is the metal forge.
Metal.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the metal forge. And I also want to get into like woodworking and carpentry and stuff like that. Not necessarily to do like pedal boards or something like that, but just to do. I'd love to be able to do.
There's
hobbies, man.
There's so many levels. Like when you tell people you're a carpenter, there's so many levels of carpentry.
Right.
I mean, there's
somebody's like, so do you build houses?
I was like, no, I'm not a framer. I'm a carpenter.
Right.
There's differences, And the thing about it is, there's so many different ways. We've actually gotten into doing a friend of mine owns a company that has a 3D printer. Or
nice.
He sells 3D printers and things like that. Well, I'm actually going to do a video for him, like on how to put it together, and he donated one to our shop.
Oh,
so we're
cool.
going to have a 3D printer, so we're going to be messing with that soon. But the cool thing is we have a CNC machine,
nice.
An X-carve machine, and we started doing some really weird stuff.
I'm going to have to hit you up for a metal forge CNC piece.
I had like this right here is a piece, and you can show that to the folks.
Absolutely.
That right there.
If anybody knows what this is, if you're on my friends list and you're watching, you should know.
If they're on the metal forge, they know what that is.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about it is you got that cool Mandalorian symbol on it, and I had one of our followers on Instagram was like, hey, man, he's like, is that for a mandolin player?
Oh,
because he's talking about getting him a pedal board for a mandolin player, and it's like, yeah, you got to have the Mandalorian symbol on the mandolin players. I was like, yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty awesome.
That is. That's,
but I mean,
I see what they did there.
Yeah, I mean, and the cool thing about what we do is like we put listings up, and we have I think 185 or somewhere in there listings, 83 somewhere in there.
Oh, wow.
Different listings, and that's accessories and pedal boards and everything all together. And we're working on our new website right now as well. But the thing about our listings is they're all customizable. So it's not like, if you go out and you see, well, with the exception of some, like this one's not customizable. It is what it is.
The spotted?
Yeah. But like you get stuff like we would make like something this. If you get something like that and you go, hey, I'd like something like that,
nice.
But I want the sides to be a different color, or I want
different angle.
I want it to have a back bar on it and lights or whatever. We do all this. The couplers.
Is this a satin finish on the back, or is it just sanded?
That's just a natural. That's
natural.
We don't do anything. We just on the bottoms, on the insides, we don't do anything.
Awesome.
We basically leave it bare, but on the outsides and the tops, that's when we do all the clear.
You found the secret.
I did. Yeah, it's the secret. It's called Take My Meds. That's what it says.
I listened to a podcast where that happens, and then the guy in the background goes, "Bruce, take your pills."
Nice.
I'm a wrestling nerd, so it's a wrestling podcast.
I tell you, getting old sucks.
Oh, I know.
It's like,
well, I mean, 15 minutes ago, my alarm went off saying to go to bed, so that's at 8:15.
Right. I know. It's like, I went to the doctor the other day, and I'm like, I'm getting a checkup and doing what I'm supposed to do, and she's like, your triglycerides are like 700. I'm like, Jesus. And, and she's like, yeah, we'll get those down. Don't worry about it. I'm like, oh, my God. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to have to really calm down on some stuff.
Right.
But, that's part of getting old, man.
Yes, it is, and that's the thing. Carlin had a great thing about, how we always use people use antonyms to describe being old. Like, oh, look at him, he's 90 years young. And he's like, everybody has a fear of aging. You always around your mid 30s to 40s, you're like, oh, I'm getting older. You're getting old.
Yeah.
I definitely feel it.
You'll never be as young as you are. You'll never be as young as you are in this moment ever again.
Well,
or older.
That's funny because when I turned 36, I sit there and I said, well, actually it was 35. I sit there and I said, you know what? From this moment on, I'm officially closer to 50 than 20.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
That's awful. The one
buzzkill.
But it's the truth.
The day that killed me was like, believe it or not, people that hit 30, they go, oh my God, I'm 30.
Man.
And like mine was 31.
Really?
I hit 31 because I'm like, I'm in my 30s now.
Right.
It's like, so
not at 30.
Like, I'm not 30 anymore. I'm actually in my 30s.
My gosh.
I don't know why, but that was the word. I was just like, oh my God, this is terrible.
For me, and I know a lot of people have shared this sentiment that I've asked about it that are musicians. And if you live to 28 years old as a musician, a lot of people are like, wow. That's crazy.
You made it.
You make it because like Janice and Jim and Jimmy.
Yeah.
And,
Kurt.
27 is the first
and then they're
stage.
like
crazy.
And then you're like, wow, I'm 28. I didn't die.
All
right.
And it's amazing. It's funny how people think that way, but you do. You're like, I made it.
Yeah, because they're such influential musicians to people.
Yeah,
everywhere. Every musician. Whether you like.
I think about that kind of stuff too. And another thing I like to think about too as I get older is like the respect that you get as an older musician now.
Yes, and nobody still respects me.
I tell you, I give you a totally cool and funny example of this. Mike Cooley, right?
Yes,
one of the most awesome bluegrass players.
Yes,
out there. I remember being a punk ass kid going to like Guitar Emporium back in the day, and I'm like, hey man, can I look at that guitar? He's like, don't touch that guitar. It's like he knew like I was full of crap and I didn't know what I was doing. And then fast forward to now,
and he's like,
and I walk in the door and I'm like, hey Mike, how's it going? And he's like, hey Kenny, how's it going? He knows me by name,
right?
Because he knows I'm not BSing him. He knows that I'm a real musician. I bought tons of stuff from those guys, and there's a respect there. And that's one thing I could say about being an older musician that I love. And even with Mom's Music, with Howard and those guys and Max Maxwell and Mark Maxwell, all those folks.
They still call and ask me if it's okay if you can buy stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's hilarious.
Really?
Like, I'll go in there. If I go in and spend a lot of money, they'll be calling, Tony, is it okay for Kenny to buy this?
Tony, did you know Kenny was here?
Kenny's here. He's buying stuff.
Yeah, we know. We know. That's so funny that you mentioned that because when I was like 24, I got a job at where the Jeff location was.
Oh, yeah.
I got a job at the parts store next door.
Oh, man.
And they had to sit there and tell them, like, now you cannot go over there on lunch and spend your paycheck on Friday. So they had to keep me out of there on Fridays.
That's amazing.
Speaking of Mom's Music, the one over here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Melwood.
Sorry.
Oh, wow. You're dating yourself.
I did. I'm sorry.
They haven't been on Melwood for 6 months. No.
I know.
No.
They actually carry some of our pedal boards.
Yeah.
So if you are interested and you are shopping at Mom's Music,
head
them
on
up.
over and get a
Yeah.
Kentucky
And family
Hot Round
music
pedal
over there too. Those guys over
Yeah,
there.
family
Where?
music.
Family music over
Nice.
there. And
board. You haven't got the national contract with Guitar Center yet?
oh, I wouldn't take it even if they offered it.
You know what? That is awesome because, you know, Ken Spector got an order for 10,000 guitars and basses, and from Guitar Center, and he said, "I'm good, thanks."
Yeah.
Said, I don't need to do that to survive."
Nope.
And my chair is like doing that thing again. So I'm like,
Do you have a Dr.
sinking.
Evil chair?
He's like,
I do.
He's sinking. He's sinking.
I really
over there.
do. And speaking of which, let's.
The details of my life are quite inconsequential.
Very well. Where do I begin? My chair keeps sinking while I'm trying to talk to people.
$1 million. Well, yeah, that's the truth, man. I'll tell you honestly. I mean, if they called me up tomorrow and were like, "Well, we want 10,000 of your awards," I say,
I'd be like, "Too bad."
I'd be like, nah.
You're like, for one, that might take a while.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah,
like I'm
'cause
not
we're a
like
two-man group.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not like a super duper
Two live crew.
You know, I'm not like
Yeah,
a super
exactly.
duper corporation. But at the same time, it's like, you know, I like that about what we do.
Right.
Because
It's close to the heart.
Yeah, I mean, it's close to the heart. I mean, every piece that we make is different. It doesn't matter if I make the same pedal board, like the exact same pedal board. Each one we make is different because they all look different. It's wood. Every one of them are going to be different. So that's part of what I tell people is like when you order from us and you pre-order a board, it's like you're getting a board that's different than anything else. Even if it might be same colors and everything from somebody else, it's a different
grain.
board.
Right. The grain
is going to be
pattern is
different.
different.
Yeah, everything.
You know?
And you know, and that to me is like, you know, that's very cool because like how many places can you get a pedal board where it's like it's very, you know, unique to you. You know, it's like it's not going to be this chopped off a line made out of metal or whatever, you know, or wrapped in something where it's going to look like everybody else's that's orange. You know?
Right.
You know, if it's orange vinyl or if it's whatever, it's, you know, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be something very individual to each person. And now with the personalization stuff that we
Absolutely.
can do, that's going to be
well, and I know one of the pedal boards that you made before you actually had a name tag put on there for Jay Muncie.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, that was crazy, man. And now we got these awesome badges. We got a guy that is in Oregon?
Yeah, he's in Oregon.
He's in Oregon that makes our badges for us. And he basically has been doing that for probably, 5 years?
Yeah, we've had him for about 5 years.
A long time.
Awesome.
Maybe even longer than that. But, I mean, it's when we first got started, we didn't really know what we were going to do for, like, our badges or anything. We're like, and it was like,
Right.
we were metal ones. What do we got? We didn't have any idea what we were going to do. And finally, I came across that guy on eBay, or not eBay, but Etsy.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And Rob Santos, that's his name.
So
And
does he do the badges that are on those?
He does the
Yes.
yeah.
Like the little oval badge?
Yeah, and I have a guy here locally, Scott Brennenstall, who actually does them for me too from time to time.
Awesome.
It just depends on, you know, need, speed, all that kind of stuff. Because like Scott's badges are a little bit different than the other ones we get from the guy in Oregon.
Well, naturally.
But
because that's
but
artistic
they're just,
creativity.
Yeah, and they're just different. I mean, and Scott's are cool because they're burned. Like they have that really cool burned look to them.
Cool.
And then of course Rob's his are very clean. His were so clean that I was having to tell him, dude, stop cleaning them up.
Right.
Because I want them to be a little burned up. I want them to
rustic.
Look, yeah, I want them to look
absolutely.
rustic. And he kept making them look like really, really nice, like
pristine.
Pristine. I'm like, no, dude, I don't want them like that.
Right.
But you know, we've been trying to. We're actually going to start making some more like pedal boards for like metal guys and stuff like that. More like we call it our blackout series. It's
right.
Basically where the badges are painted black.
I've been pestering him because I am a metalhead.
Yeah, and it's like, and I told her, I said, yeah, we need to start doing that more. I mean, like maybe some darker colors, gray colors. But I mean, I told her, I said, but you know, all metal guys like they don't want black everything. They want.
I mean,
stuff
honestly,
that looks cool. You know,
one of the things that I like spalted stuff.
Yeah.
So like if you can find like good like spalted maple or something.
Yeah.
I'd probably totally be down for getting one for the lap steel.
We made one a while back for a customer that was made out of, it had the maple back bar, maple sides, or no, it was walnut sides.
Oh wow,
Walnut
that sounds
sides.
awesome.
And the
Maple
middle
and walnut.
was maple and the back bar was maple. And it was like 24 by 6, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it was different. And the guy specifically said, I want it to be like this. And then he sent us pictures of it, and it was awesome. All the pedals are on there, and it's just cool as hell.
Good deal.
I mean, I get so many pictures from my customers. I try to post them all up on Instagram and everything.
Like with their actual setup and everything?
I mean,
they're on our website.
Yeah.
Which is?
We got 2. Right now we're working on our official one, but the one that we run out of is kyhbpb.com. So that's KentuckyHotBrownPedalboards.com, basically. So, but if you go out there and you put in the Google search
Kentucky Hot Brown Pedal Boards,
you don't have to do that. You just put Kentucky and pedal boards. That's it.
And you're the first one that comes up.
We're all over the place, yeah.
Good deal. And there's nothing better than to be the first thing on a Google search.
That's right.
And if you go, and like right now we're working on our website. My cousin is really good and into getting like stuff funneled towards, and funneled towards your website and everything. And him and I are working together on a new website, which is Kentucky Hot Brown Pedal Boards, all spelled out. .com, and that one is starting to take shape. Which is you can go there and it'll take you everywhere you need to go, but
nice.
It's all funneling towards the same place. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So you also have, well, I know you used to have like pedal spacers and stuff like that. You still do all that?
It's stomp risers.
Yes,
we actually make stomp risers. We make slide holsters,
guitar holders,
guitar hangers. We make
picks.
No, we don't make as many picks as we used to.
Oh,
but we're gonna get back into doing some of the stuff that we stopped doing. And
slide holsters.
Yeah, got the slide holsters. What else did get amp stands.
Yeah.
Nice.
We started making amp stands.
That's
cool. Our wedge amp stands. We make little bitty ones for when you just wedge under your amp and it pops it up a little bit, and we make big ones that you can put like a cabinet on and sit them on and. And it's there's
and they're
a lot
all
of
customizable.
Yeah, every one of them. Like you can
everything you have, I'm sure, is customizable.
Oh yeah, it's like, and I tell people that because they go, "Can you make?" I said, "Anything I have out there, if it's not wide enough or it's not deep enough, you just tell me what you need. And I'll give you a
just
price."
made one that was like 4 feet wide.
If you go to our website and you go to the news section on kyhbpb.com, if you go there and look at the news section, there's one that we called Godzilla, which was the biggest pedal board we've ever made. It was 5 feet wide. And it was 24 inches deep, so 2 feet deep.
Oh my God!
This guy uses every bit.
Oh yeah, every bit
of the board,
and
every bit.
And the thing about it was one of our Flat Boy series, which the Flat Boy is that you got the flat all the way down, and then you have like a second tier.
Right.
The second tier was 14 inches deep by 5 feet. So like he had and then I think I did how many coupler holes I did for him because he was going to get the couplers later. I think it was 8.
Can't remember.
There's 4 on one side, 4 on the other.
Oh my gosh.
And then there was a power plug on the back side that he wanted.
That's one of the things I also wanted to mention too. You do have that customizable feature where you basically have
couplers, power inlets,
like a one spot. Mm-hmm. Where it's already built in essentially, and you just plug in the
plug and play.
Plug and play. That's it.
And there you go.
Yeah, we have we found that a lot of people don't like the solderless. They're called solderless couplers,
right?
And I get mine from Redco, and they are like. I've never had a problem with any of them. And there's some people like, oh, they're not like with how the pedals are all set up to where they're it's not isolated and it's like. Whatever. Okay.
Right.
There's things you can do to make isolation happen. But some guys are really fine-tuned on that stuff, like on their cabling and things like that. I'm thinking most people don't care. I mean, and if you do, then you can say, Kenny, man, I need the holes to be drilled, 1 inch in diameter because I'm going to have these couplers put in. And I'll do all that stuff for you. All you got to do is get the stuff and do it yourself. I can do it in any way because I've done that for tons of people. They're like, hey, man, I'm going to get these special kind of couplers I want to put in there. And could you drill out the hole? Yeah, I'll drill the holes out for you and everything. And
if I send it to you.
Yeah. And I've actually, there's been 2 guys that send me their power supplies and I mount them and I actually install it for them all underneath their board. So I do all that kind of stuff too. So
nice.
Yeah.
What was that one thing that you rebuilt?
Oh, it was an Echoplex.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
There was a guy in Nashville had sent me his Echoplex. He had 2 Echoplexes, and one of them, it had been in the flood. Remember in Nashville years ago, they had a flood, and some of his stuff had gotten in a flood. And
no.
But he had the Echoplex, he still had the electronics and everything that was in it, and it was still good. But the box was just garbage.
Terrible.
It was just falling apart. It was that that mush wood. That's what I call it. It's wrapped in So he
said, wrapped in the Tolex.
Yeah. So basically, he sent it to me, and it took us some time. It took us about 2 months
restore
to rebuild it, and because we had to rebuild the whole box.
Oh wow!
Like the whole box that it was housed in, we had to completely rebuild it. So we rebuilt it with the cover, and we did 2, didn't we?
Yeah, we made two of them.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So we made 2 of them, and of course 2 different colors.
Yeah.
He wanted a light one and a dark
one.
one.
Oh yeah, he wanted a lighter one and a dark one, and we did both of those. And that was a real challenge for us because I'd never done anything like that before. But I was like, hey, like I told her, I said, if we never do it, we're never going to know if we can do it.
Exactly.
I said, so I did it, and I told the guy, I said, I've never done this before. I said, it might take me a little longer than this time frame. I said, but I will get it done. I said, and you and I work close together, and we did, and they both turned out great.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah, fit perfect.
Yeah, it fit
and
perfect.
It worked.
Yeah,
and that's what matters is right there.
Yeah, but he shipped us his Echoplex.
Yeah,
and then
wow.
We shipped everything.
He shipped
back
me one
to
of the units so I could actually
size it. And
he sent just the box.
Oh wow!
He just sent us the box and gave me the measurements of what he needed for the Echoplex.
Wow!
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah.
As we're talking, I'm always thinking of other things. I'm like, well, it might be kind of cool to get like a custom box made for like my JCM 2000 or something.
We make boxes too.
He's talking about the housing for like
the head unit.
For the head.
So
okay.
unscrew all of the stuff.
Throw it at us. We'll do it.
Put it in there. Nice.
It would be kind of neat because I've actually made a desktop pedal board for a Army vet, or was it Army veteran? I think he was.
I can't remember what branch, but he was a vet.
He was a vet.
Nice.
And he was in a wheelchair, and he couldn't have your traditional pedal board because he really couldn't use his feet. So we made him a desktop pedal board.
Oh, cool!
So like the pedal board itself would sit on the desk and would lean back, kind of like something like that. But it leaned back a little bit more a rack.
Like it had like an angle to it?
And it leaned back a little bit, but it leaned back and then it went straight up.
Oh, so cool. So all
this part was his pedal board.
With his hand.
Yeah, so he could switch all stuff right here. And then he had a little small rack space at the top up here where he could put his head or mount and stuff. And then on top of it, he put his amp. So he could do his recording and stuff, and that's how he did it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So yes,
it's an amazingly versatile company.
Yeah.
Yes, we
and
are.
other than the pedal boards and everything else, you also do like home goods.
Yeah,
you also do like pick boxes.
Yeah, well, the pick boxes are part of the pedal board company.
Right.
We do like wall hangings and things like that, wall art. We do what else, babe? And the name of that company is Kentucky Hot Brown Home Goods.
Right.
And it's actually kyhotbrownhomegoods.com, and that's pretty much on Etsy. That's where we do all that stuff.
That's more of my baby.
Yeah, that's
because you're the artist.
Yeah,
right.
She's the artist, and she says, "Make this," and I'm like, "Okay."
But yeah, my paintings.
Okay.
So you have actual paintings on canvas. I also make magnets.
Jewelry.
Yeah, we've made jewelry and incense burners.
Nice.
Accessory boxes.
Yeah.
So
I remember those from before when you all did the Showcase Louisville stuff with
ornaments. We make the ornaments.
Yeah.
We're starting to get into making ornaments for Christmas and things like that.
We've got a festival that's coming up in September 14th at the Highland Baptist on Fagenbush.
Okay.
And that's September 14th, 9 to 4, I believe. And we're going to be set up there with our home goods. And I think we'll have our pedal boards out there, too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Take a few out there just to show people what else we do as well. Because we do a lot of things. I mean, people will contact us and go, I'd like to have something like this. And can you guys do that? And if I can't, I'll tell somebody because I'm not afraid of telling people no.
Right.
I've told people no before because I've had guys want me to make something. I'm like, I can't. I just can't do
like
that.
Like the crazy signs that you see at like Hobby Lobby or Michael's. Like it's made out of that cheap wood.
Right.
That if it gets wet, it's gonna just turn to mush.
Yeah, it says like home. Home.
Live, laugh, love.
Those. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's those exact signs. But the thing is, those are made
home is where the vodka is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I can make a sign say whatever you want it to say.
That's right. I mean, with our CNC machine, that's really opened up a lot for us because the CNC machine, we're able to do things that we weren't able to do before. Well, we could do it, but it would just take longer.
Yeah.
The CNC machine is able to do it precisely, and it's from our designs that we do. So It's like, and I'm really excited. Like I said, this right here, man, I was just, when I did that, I was like flipping out because I was like, whoa. Like, I could do all this.
It's like,
really
I
cool.
did this.
Yeah, I mean, there's little things that you miss because, like, when I was doing this, like, I did, of course, the bottom, I flipped it upside down and did it the other way. And, of course, then after I did that, I realized, crap, I just made 2 right sides. Or I made 2 left sides. And I was like,
wow.
oh, crap. So you had to learn, like, when you do it this way, you have to flip the design and flip the board
Mirror
over
it.
and mirror. Yeah. So little things like that you learn. You're like, crap.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing because, like, I don't know if you're familiar with Jimmy DiResta. He does a lot. He does a lot of CNC work, and he does like he's out of New York, but he's like I'm sure you've been to Hard Rock and you've seen the AK-47 guitar.
Yeah.
He did that.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about it is he's always doing stuff like that, and it's like, well, this is what you should do. I didn't do this, so.
But this is,
yeah.
I mean,
That sounds like Kenny.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
dude, there's so many things I've done, this dumb crap out there working in the shop, and some things lead to really cool stuff, and some things lead to, like, I'm never doing that again. Like the other day when I was messing with the CNC machine, I actually had the bit depth set too deep.
Oh, wow. So
it went through my wood and went into the table. And I was like, "Oh crap!" I was and I knew it was bad because like the bit went down. I was like, "Neek." I'm like, "Oh!" So I killed my bit. So,
oh no!
But it's one of those things. It cost me $40. I had to buy some more bits, but
it's a learning experience.
It is a learning experience because I've done other dumb stuff too. And it's not really that it's dumb. It's just that you get into a point where you're so focused that you don't really think about stuff, and like you grab, like something gets hung up in a bit and you go to grab it to push it down or whatever, and like it's a Forstner bit and you probably shouldn't touch that with your hand.
Right.
I've done that before. And I'm like, well,
yeah,
that tickles a little bit,
Forstner bits, hole saw bits, all that kind of stuff.
You just got to watch out for that kind of stuff. But like all these slits that you see at these boards,
right?
That's not done by there's no like automatic machine that does that.
No, you hand.
I literally put these holes in on each end, and I hand cut each one of these.
Do you use like a router?
It is a
Blade runner.
It's called a blade runner. Is actually what it's called, and it's basically
an upside down jigsaw.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah, on a table.
And
it sounds crazy.
It sounds crazy, but it works.
It's just like the bandsaw. It's creepy. Like I see people like.
Well, the funny thing is about
wood shop from middle school, a guy missing like 3 fingers.
Yeah,
my shop teacher pointing at people.
Here you go, make sure you do that.
Yeah, he was this, and like 2 fingers, and he would point at you with the nubs, and
like, boy, you better make sure you're doing that right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I had a wood shop teacher like that who was missing his thumb.
Oh gosh,
because he had been pushing something on not on a bandsaw, but on a table saw. And he went, no. And this is before saw stop, because nowadays they got saw stop, which basically just barely touches the meat on your hand, and it shoots the blade down and shuts everything off.
Right.
And I mean, he had pictures of like because he lost his thumb. He was. They couldn't reattach it. So like he has a picture of like him in the hospital in the emergency room, like where just the blue gauze or whatever, and his thumb hanging off and everything, and it was hanging in his office, and underneath it had a sign that said, "Always pay attention."
Yes, definitely. And always.
And
pay attention.
He ended up making a leather a piece that went around like where his nub was, so he could still push.
Oh wow!
And it even had like little cuts.
Oh my gosh! So he still did it.
Still did, yeah.
That's like Tony Iommi ingenuity.
I mean, he was like old school wood shop guy.
Wow.
He made sure that you were safe, but he would do some dumb crap.
Oh yeah, they always did.
And you're going, dude. I don't
and he
think
probably
that's a good idea.
he was probably one of those teachers that had done it like 25 years before you had him as a teacher.
Cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
Yep.
I mean, this guy was like, I remember that.
Here, hold my beer.
Yeah, here, hold my beer. I got this. I mean, that's the kind of stuff, Because every time I'm out there cutting, I always tell them, my wife and my kids and everything, because they come out and they help. My daughter's really good at it, but I said, don't be afraid of it.
Right.
Respect it.
Exactly.
I said that's the only thing you got to do. So when you're cutting with these tools, it's not just you got to know that they will hurt you.
Absolutely.
They'll bite you really bad, but as long as you pay attention, they won't bite you.
Yeah, I've had an experience where I was like, "Oh my gosh, did I just do that?" And look down. Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, it happens.
And then you jump up and the adrenaline's kicking, and absolutely.
Well, like stapling your thumb or something like just good stuff or Putting a drill all the way through your hand or into your hand. I've done that before. That's fun.
The worst thing in the world is in through the fingernail.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's worse. Sorry, we're getting a little gross on everybody. So it's KYHBPB.com. And soon to be Kentucky Hot Brown Pedalboards.com.
It is right now.
It forwards it to you.
It all goes the
so
same
either
spot.
KYHBPB.com or Kentucky Hot Brown Pedalboards.com and
KYHotBrownHomeGoods.com.
There we go. And this has been Kenny Marine and Tony Marine. Thank you all for coming in.
Oh, yeah.
I want to play a song here before we end tonight. Actually, I'm going to play two.
Ooh, a twofer.
A twofer. This is going to be... where'd it go? This is going to be Baby Bones, and we're going to end the show on a rifle. This is Pay Us in Dimes by Baby Bones here on 100.9 FM WCHQ. Baby Bones with Pay Us in Dimes. I want to thank the guys from Overload for coming in and playing. Yeah, that one's a tough one. I want to thank Kenny and Tony Marine from Kentucky Hot Brown Pedal Boards and Skippy and the Machine. You can check them out on Facebook and Reverb Nation. They're on there. Come out and see Overload at Club Nirvana on June 8th. It is a $5 cover, and it's like at a 7:30 door time or something. So this is my boys in Rifle. This is Let's Have a Riot. Tune in next week for the Metal Forge. Here we go.
They've outrun all the options and left us with no choice. A riot is the language of those who have no voice. You can't bottle all this rage and try to stall it and put the whole world in a cage and just ignore it. We have reached critical mass. Take torches to the tower, trap them in their dens. It's time for the golden child to answer for his sins. You can't bottle on this rage and try to store it. Get put the whole world in a cage and just ignore it. We have reached critical mass. Let's have a riot. Out of the sound of breaking glass. Let's have a riot. 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 Rise to do the right thing, be a man of peace. Lucky I'm all out of cheeks. You can't bottle on this page and try and store it. Can't put the whole world in a cage and just ignore it. We have reached critical mass. Let's have a riot. I love the sound of breaking glass. Let's have a riot. We have reached critical mass. Let's have a riot. I love the sound of breaking glass. Let's have a riot. Let's have a riot. Let's have a riot. Let's have a riot. Let's have a riot.
You're listening to WCHQLP, Louisville, Kentucky, 100.9 FM. All local, all community, all the time.